The one-horned mud rhino is rushing. Mandu closes his eyes and lifts his knife. At this moment, a lovely hand protrudes from the baby stroller, causing the rhino to float in the air. Mandu takes advantage of the situation to rush up and stab the rhino. As a result, they are no longer in danger. Baby Yoda saves Mando's life. After repairing the spaceship, Mandu is about to return to hand over Baby Yoda. When he is on the phone with the boss of the organization, Baby Yoda plays with the spaceship's joystick. Seeing Yoda intending to stuff the iron ball into its mouth, Mandu quickly lifts it and places Yoda in the stroller. Mandu soon arrives at the client's residence. After completing the transaction, Mandu receives some Beskar steals of Mandalorian people. Seeing Baby Yoda continuously turning its head to gaze at him, Mandu takes Beskar steel ingots and turns to leave. He then goes to an underground lair to find Armorer, and asks her to assist him in forging armor. It's quite simple to Armorer to do that, but wearing such armor outside is quite dangerous. As predicted, when a Mandalorian notices Mando's steals heaped up on the table, he is kind of annoyed. In the past, the Empire stole Beskar steel from them, but now, Mandu risks his life for the Empire. This is completely unacceptable. Such conduct betrays the Mandalorian's faith. After that, the two intend to fight against each other. At this point, Armorer orders the two to stop, so they finally calm down. Besides, Mandu will give some leftover steel ingots to the Mandalorian orphans. This makes Mandu has everyone's recognition. After that, Mandu wears the shiny new duds leaving here, and goes to the bounty hunter organization. He is really attractive and quickly draws the attention of all hunters. Greef is overjoyed to see Mandu in front of him. He celebrates Mando's successful mission as well as his own profits. But Mandu doesn't appear to be in a good mood. He asks Greef to give him some missions in a remote area, hoping to get as far away from this place as possible. After getting another mission, Mandu boards the spaceship. However, when he looks at the lever knob in the cockpit, he thinks about Baby Yoda. Then he calls the client, and unexpectedly overhears their discussion. "I just want it, and it doesn't matter if that person lives or dies." Mandu becomes enraged after he hears this. He walks straight into the room, and grabs the Baby Yoda from the scientist. At this point, he is surrounded by the troops. They are all the Mandalorian. The whistling bird is one of their most powerful weapons. Although its quantity is limited, it can automatically fire towards the enemy, making them impossible to avoid. They are immediately defeated. Mandu takes Baby Yoda and leaves the residence. However, as soon as he walks out the door, the trackers in everyone's palm light up. For the bounty hunters, Baby Yoda isn't simply a little green creature but a treasure. Just then, this area is surrounded by an increasing number of people. They all have weapons in their hands. At this point, Greef appears and urges Mandu to put the package down. Right now, the atmosphere is really strained, and Baby Yoda hasn't woken up. Mandu then walks slowly towards the vehicle nearby. After that, a massive shootout commences. Mandu makes the opponents have no time to manage. He then threatens the driving robot. With Mando's precise snipping capability, and the assistance of the vehicle that functions as a mobile blockhouse, hunters then can't manage this. However, Greef definitely has significant fighting experience. With one shot, he blows up the robot, thereby blocking Mandu. When the hunters notice that there was no movement in the vehicle, they move in to surround them. At this point, a rifle barrel protruded from the vehicle, aiming at the man in the distance. He once again defeats them. Like that, Mandu relies only on his rifle to battle 50 bounty hunters. For the bounty, the hunters quickly become fearless of death and continue to battle. When Mandu is about to succumb, he wants to say goodbye to Baby Yoda. Suddenly, a beam of light shot through the area. It turns out that other Mandalorians swoop in to save Mandu. They continuously shoot at the opponents. Mandu then successfully boards the spaceship with the assistance of his pals. However, Greef soon ambushes here. Mandu immediately turns around and shoots him. Then he pilots the spaceship and leaves. When Mandu sees his pals flying outside the window, he reminds himself that he will also have such equipment. At this point, Baby Yoda pokes its head out. Actually, Baby Yoda is a 50-year-old Grogu. It is staring at the golden toad with the intention of snatching it. Obviously, even bounty hunters hunting down would have no effect on Baby Yoda's hunger. After leaving the organization, Mandu lands on a barren planet. Since there isn't anything of value here, it's an ideal place for them to hide. Mandu tells Baby Yoda to patiently wait aboard the aircraft until he finds a place to stay and returns. However, Mandu has to let Baby Yoda come along into the village. It appears that the people here are plain and honest, so there shouldn't be any danger. Mandu then enters an eatery and orders a dish of bone soup for Baby Yoda. After that, Mandu notices a mysterious woman with armor sitting in the corner, but she disappears in the blink of an eye. Then, Mandu quickly follows her outside. However, the opponent has already planned an ambush. They immediately get into a fight. Despite Mando's expertise in hundreds of wars, the woman in front of him was not average. They continue to fight so hard, until Baby Yoda appears with a dish of bone soup. After talking for a while, they realize that they misunderstood each other. 𝐀𝐒𝐒 reveals that she is a defector of the peacekeeping team. She thought that Mandu had come to arrest her, and Mandu also mistook that she was a hunter chasing Baby Yoda. 𝐀𝐒𝐒 is no longer formal since the misunderstandings have been resolved. However, 𝐀𝐒𝐒 tells Mandu that he and Baby Yoda should go to another planet, so that they don't attract too much attention by hiding out there. As Mandu is preparing to pack up to leave, two strangers approach him. They are the krill farmers of this planet. They want Mando's help because of the 𝐀𝐄𝐒 raiders' continuous harassment. Initially, Mandu turns down the offer because the money is not enough for his interest. But when he hears their laments that they come from a far mountain, he changes his mind, because the place he will come is the ideal place for him and Baby Yoda to hide. Mandu then offers 𝐀𝐒𝐒 all of his money in order to hire her to go with him. Upon arrival at that village, the two take some weapons and head out to scout the situation together. But they don't expect that the raider is an armored machine walker. Seeing that, they immediately flee away. They decide to return to the village and tell the villager. When they return, 𝐀𝐒𝐒 sets traps everywhere in the village and trains all the villagers how to fight with spears. When everything is fully prepared, Mandu lures this armored machine walker to arrive. Despite the fact that the enemy's firepower is incredibly powerful, Mandu and 𝐀𝐒𝐒, along with the villagers, are well prepared. After the armored walker falls into the trap, the rest of the raiders are threatened and scattered everywhere. After their success, everyone enjoys a peaceful and comfortable life. At this time, 𝐀𝐒𝐒 says that, since the scenery here is so beautiful and the atmosphere is so fresh, and there is also a kind widow, Mandu should stay here to care for the retirement. Hearing that, Mandu also thinks about his intention to retire in this village. However, in the distance, there is a sniper rifle pointing directly at Baby Yoda. Fortunately, 𝐀𝐒𝐒 appears in time to kill the man in black. It appears that this place is no longer safe for them. After that, Mandu gets packed and brings Baby Yoda with him, leaving behind the village and continuing escaping.